Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be breaking down the NBA slate on Draftkings for Thursday, February the 9th. We got a short little 4-game slate for Thursday. This should be an interesting slate though, because today is actually the trade deadline, so there could be some trades that go on during the day that potentially change up the slate, could open up value. We saw guys get traded on Wednesday night. Josh Hart got ruled out like literally 2 minutes before the game started. We saw Westbrook get traded, D'Angelo Russell got traded, so you got to keep an eye on things. If you're going to be playing DFS today, you're going to have to be at your phone or computer whenever these games lock. I played Josh Hart in my Yahoo lineup on Wednesday. He just he fit the small forward position, he fit my build, and I literally saw the notification on my phone like right at 10 o'clock, and it was too late. I couldn't even swap Josh Hart out of my lineup, so I got stuck with a zero. Playing Josh Hart on Yahoo, which was super annoying, but just goes to show at this point of the season right now with the trade deadline being today, got to be at your phone, got to be ready just in case any trades go down during the day that could potentially change some things. But we'll talk through this slate as normal, just like all these guys are playing, and if anything happens during the day, we'll adjust then. But hope you guys as always enjoy these DFS videos. Make sure you hit that like button if you do enjoy, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you have never checked out PrizePicks before, PrizePicks is the sponsor of this video. You guys can sign up for PrizePicks, use my promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And right now, at the time I'm making this video on Wednesday night, there's actually no NBA props up yet for Thursday, but we do have NFL up for the Super Bowl. You can take a look at some of the props they have available for that. I mean, they have a ton of different categories. I mean, there's some categories for the Super Bowl that I've never seen before. They got kick return yards, they got pass deflections. I mean, first downs allowed. I've never seen some of these props before. Passer rating, ton of different props to choose from for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Obviously, there will be NBA props available on Thursday. It's just, right now when I'm making this video, there's no NBA props up, but if you guys want to take a look at PrizePicks, see all the props they have available. Again, you're just picking more or less on a player's projection if you have a lean one way or the other. You guys can check out PrizePicks. Use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through Thursday's little 4-game slate. We'll start off with the first game of the night, the Nuggets and the Magic. So we'll start off on the Nuggets side. Really the injury news to monitor here is Jamal Murray, who is listed as questionable for this game. Jamal Murray did not play last game, and we saw Bruce Brown start at point guard. So Bruce Brown would be the big beneficiary if Jamal Murray gets ruled out. He would be a really good value play. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic, they would all get a little boost as well. I think Jokic is in play regardless. Jokic has just been crushing lately. He had a triple-double at halftime last game against Minnesota. I mean, he put up 67 DK points, and he didn't even play in the fourth quarter. He had a triple-double at halftime. Orlando, I don't think they really have anyone to slow down Jokic here. So, Jokic is firmly in play today, and he would obviously look better if Jamal Murray got ruled out. Jamal Murray at his price tag, I don't love. I think at $8,200, he's priced correctly. Same goes for Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. And then obviously Bruce Brown. If Jamal Murray were to get ruled out, Bruce Brown would be a really good value. But that's pretty much it for Denver. Nothing really else stands out here. And then on the other side with Orlando, Orlando's been a team I've just kind of been avoiding lately. They're not a team I love to get exposure to. Now, it is a 4-game slate, so we're going to have to look to some Orlando guys. Don't love the spot for Paolo Banchero, but we know Banchero's going to have a big role, big usage rate. He's going to play big minutes as well, as long as the Magic can keep this game close. So he's fine at $7,500. Franz Wagner's fine. Wendell Carter Jr., not the best spot against Jokic, plus there's some foul trouble risk as well, so not in love with him. Markelle Fultz at $5,700 feels priced about right. Not a guy that I'm super interested in. The bench guys from Orlando, I'm not really going to target here, so there's not too much to like in this game, honestly. I think Jokic is definitely a strong play. I think if Jamal Murray gets ruled out, Bruce Brown would be a strong play, and that's really it from this one. So let's move on to the next game, Phoenix and Atlanta. So for Atlanta today, they're pretty much fully healthy. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray coming in at $9,100 for Trae, $8,700 for DeJounte. I said it last slate, these two guys were closely priced last slate, and I definitely prefer Trae over DeJounte when that's the case. I'm assuming ownership will probably flock more towards Trae. He'll probably project better, but I still think Trae at $9,100 looks solid here. The matchup against Phoenix, I don't love, but Trae is a guy that can put up a big game any night. Obviously, last game did not have that great of a shooting game, but he still racked up 16 assists, still put up 46 Draftkings points. At $9,100, I think Trae's fine today. DeJounte is okay as well, but I would rather play Trae between the two Atlanta guards. And then Clint Capella as a center option, I think is solid. Clint Capella is going to play, 26, 28 minutes. He did get benched last game because they did go small towards the end of the game, but most nights we can pencil in Capella for around 30 minutes. They're definitely going to need his size in this matchup against DeAndre Ayton. So at 5,900, I think Capella is viable today. Bogdan at 5,200, I'm not super interested in. John Collins, a guy that's on the trade block, could maybe get traded. We'll have to keep an eye on his status, but if he plays here, should get probably 30 plus minutes. He's only 5,200. I don't mind John Collins on this slate. He's not been super productive lately, but minutes have still been there. Price tag's pretty low. I think John Collins is definitely in play at this salary, and that'll do it for Atlanta. There's really nothing else that stands out on Atlanta. Now on the Phoenix side, no Devin Booker for Phoenix today. I think he's out for injury management. So without Devin Booker, we can expect a little bit of a bigger role for DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges. Of all the Phoenix guys, Chris Paul is definitely the guy that stands out the most. He's only 7,300, and that's definitely too cheap here without Devin Booker. Obviously, when Devin Booker was out for that stretch of games, we saw Chris Paul get priced up above 8K, 8,200, 8,500. Obviously, Booker came back last game. Paul saw a price decrease, and then the salaries got released before Booker got ruled out. So, DraftKings priced Chris Paul really low, assuming Booker was playing, and obviously when he's not playing. So I think Chris Paul 7,300 looks like a really good play today. I think he's my favorite play on Phoenix, but I don't mind Ayton. I don't mind Bridges either. I think those guys are viable options. The rest of Phoenix, though, Cam Johnson, Torrey Craig as values. I never get excited about these guys, but like Cam Johnson, he's a good three-point shooter. He's a guy that can get hot from the field. He can have good games every now and then when the shot's falling. He's an okay value. Torrey Craig, not the best per minute producer, but he should play pretty decent minutes here. I would assume he's going to start in place of Booker. So at 4,100, he's a playable value. But that's really it for this game. We can go ahead and move on to the next one, Chicago and Brooklyn. So for Brooklyn today, they obviously made some trades recently. They have Spencer Dinwiddie now. They have Dorian Finney-Smith, and those guys are going to be available for this game. So we'll start off with Spencer Dinwiddie. He's coming in at 8,100. I assume Dinwiddie's going to have a pretty big role, at least until Kevin Durant returns, assuming that Kevin Durant's still with the Nets. The price tag on Dinwiddie, though, at 8,100 doesn't make him look like that great of an option. I don't think he's going to project that well at the salary, but I think his role will be pretty good. I think he's going to be kind of one of the lead guys on offense. So Dinwiddie's playable, but I don't love him at 8,100. Obviously, Cam Thomas has been on an absolute tear lately. 3 straight 40-point games, been playing massive minutes. He's going to lose some usage now that Dinwiddie's on the team, but I still think we can expect a big role for Cam Thomas. Now, 7,800. This is a tough price tag to pay. Like, I know he's been putting up 57, 58 DraftKings points, but I don't think that's something that we can expect from him every single night. So he feels priced about right, if not a little bit overpriced. So I probably am going to pass on Cam Thomas here now that he's correctly priced. Nick Claxton, I think, still looks pretty solid at 7,600. I think his role is still going to pretty much remain the same. A lot of his scoring comes from putbacks, from scoring around the rim. Now that he's got a good point guard and Dinwiddie that can get him the ball, that they can run the pick and roll. Like, I think Claxton still looks pretty solid today at 7,600. So he is definitely a guy that I am interested in. He's probably my favorite play on Brooklyn. Ben Simmons started last game. I think with Dinwiddie now in the fold and Dorian Finney-Smith, I'm going to pass on Ben Simmons here. He kind of played limited minutes last game anyway. Dorian Finney-Smith, not a guy that I really ever get excited to play in DFS, really low usage player. So at 5,800, I'll pass on Dorian Finney-Smith, going to pass on Royce O'Neal. That's pretty much it for Brooklyn. Nothing else looks that great here. So let's talk about the Chicago side now. Big news to keep an eye on for Chicago is DeMar DeRozan's status. DeMar DeRozan questionable for this game. He did not play last game. We know without DeMar DeRozan, who really benefits? It's going to be Vooch. It's going to be Zach LaVine. Both those guys will look really good. Vooch is 9K. LaVine is 8,600. They feel priced about right, but obviously if DeRozan is out, we can expect a really big role for both those guys. And I think the other starters would benefit a little bit. I think Patrick Williams would get a little bit of a boost. I think Ayo Dosunmu would get a little bit of a boost. Last game, Patrick Williams played 32 minutes. Wasn't very productive, but without DeRozan, there's a lot of usage available. So I think Williams gets a tiny boost. Ayo had a pretty good game. He put up 30 DraftKings points, played 38 minutes. Of all the value guys from Chicago, I think Ayo would be my favorite value if DeRozan gets ruled out. And then Kobe White came off the bench, played 25 minutes. Wasn't very productive, but I wouldn't mind going to Kobe White in GPPs. Alex Caruso started last game. I assume he will start again if DeRozan gets ruled out. Caruso's not the best per-minute producer, but he did start, played 26 minutes. I'd assume you get similar minutes from him today, maybe a little bit more. He'd be in play for value as well at 3,800. That's all assuming that DeRozan is out. Now, if DeRozan plays, I don't see too much I like on Chicago if DeRozan plays. I think Vooch, DeRozan, LaVine would all look, just about the same. None of them would really stand out head and shoulders above the rest. I think the matchup's probably best for Vooch. We've seen Brooklyn give up big games to center, so I think Vooch, regardless, is fine. But really, for me, when it comes to this Chicago team, I'm going to wait on DeRozan's status. If DeRozan plays, don't like much here. If DeRozan's out, then obviously the guys we just talked about would look really appealing. But that'll do it for that game. Let's talk about the last game of the night, the Lakers and the Bucks. So for the Lakers today, they did make some trades. They traded away Russell Westbrook. They're getting Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, and Jared Vanderbilt. But those guys will not be available for this game. They're not going to be available until Saturday. So the Lakers are going to be pretty short-handed here without, they don't have Westbrook anymore. So we can expect pretty good minutes for a guy like Dennis Schroeder. Now, Dennis Schroeder's per-minute production playing with LeBron and with AD is not that great. But he's only 5K. I think he's a viable value play today. Minutes should definitely be there without Westbrook. Maybe you see some more minutes for Patrick Beverley, maybe some more minutes for Austin Reeves. Those guys are dart throws as well. But I did want to mention Schroeder as a value. I think LeBron and AD are both going to play big minutes here, going to have a really big role. Assuming this game is competitive, we should get 35, 36 minutes from LeBron. And obviously, without Westbrook, there's just going to be even more usage available. I know Westbrook plays a lot with the second unit, but he'll still share the floor with LeBron. He'll share the floor with AD. Obviously, now that he's not in the fold anymore, it's going to be the LeBron and AD show. Those are going to be the two guys really dominating usage, taking a lot of the shots, doing all the heavy lifting on offense. So I'm interested in both LeBron and AD today. Between the two, I think I'd slightly lean AD. AD has been a better per-minute producer this season than LeBron. I think he's averaging like 1.6 DraftKings points per minute, whereas LeBron's like 1.4. AD last game only played 31 minutes, but he was in some foul trouble. He was really disappointing. It was a really good matchup against OKC. I was expecting AD to play a lot better than he did, but I would expect him to bounce back here. Obviously, the matchup against the Bucks is not as good, but AD did have a massive game against the Bucks earlier this season, went for 71 DraftKings points in 39 minutes. We know his role is going to be good, usage is going to be good, so yeah, both Lakers stars, AD and LeBron, look pretty solid here. I'd slightly lean AD, but I think both are in play. And then, as we mentioned, Dennis Schroeder, without Westbrook now, I think it's a decent value. I think Rui Hachimura's minutes probably become a little bit more secure. I don't mind him for value at 4,800. But that'll do it for the Lakers. I think that's really everything that stands out here. So let's talk about the other side with the Bucks. You got Giannis coming in at 12-3, most expensive player on the slate. Yeah, right now, there's not a ton of value on the slate. Again, because it is the trade deadline day, the guys could get traded today from some of these teams that open up value. And obviously, if value opens up, then I would definitely like to pay up for Giannis. But right now, man, it's really tough to pay this price tag for Giannis when there's not a ton of value. Now, the matchup against the Lakers, I think, is pretty good. I don't think the Lakers really have anyone that can slow down Giannis one-on-one. And I'm pretty sure Giannis has had like a ton of success against the Lakers when they played. He had 56 DK points against them earlier this season. So yeah, Giannis at 12-3, expensive, but obviously firmly in play. Drew Holiday at 7,700 feels priced about right. I'm not super interested in him, but I think the matchup's pretty good for him. Brook Lopez, I believe, is probable. Yeah, he's probable, so he's expected to play. 5,600, I think Brook Lopez is a fine center play. You would think they're going to want his size out there against AD to defend, so I think Brook Lopez is okay. And then Chris Middleton's kind of interesting, so his minutes have just kind of slowly been increasing each game. 20, 20, 20, 22. At some point, he's going to move back into the starting lineup. I don't know when it's going to be, but if this is a game where you do get like 24, 25 minutes from Chris Middleton, I mean, he's only 5,500. I think on a 4-game slate with not a ton of standout plays, yeah, Middleton is a value I'm kind of fine with. He might come off the bench again. He probably will. If he comes off the bench, I think you can expect him to play at least like 22, 24 minutes, and he's been really good on a per-minute basis lately, playing with the second unit, coming off the bench, so on a 4-game slate with not a ton of options, yeah, I think Middleton's fine. I'm kind of interested in him. But no other Bucks stand out today. Connaughton, Grayson Allen, I'm not super interested in. And I think that's it, guys. I think that's it for this little 4-game slate. It's not the most exciting slate, I'll be honest. But things could definitely change today. We'll have to wait and see what kind of trades go down. If any trades go down that involve some players playing today, there could maybe be some value that opens up. Maybe some teams become shorthanded. But we got a little 4-gamer for Thursday. We'll have I'm sure a much bigger slate on Friday. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, go check out PrizePicks. PrizePicks, sponsor of the video. You guys can sign up for PrizePicks. Use my promo code NOAH. When you do sign up with my promo code, PrizePicks will match your first deposit up to $100. Definitely check them out if you guys have not yet. But I appreciate you guys watching the video as always. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Best of luck tonight. Peace.